Alright, Granny coming at you once again from Katara and I's Minecraft Season 1 world. And I was going to show you how to put in a automatic pumpkin melon farm. So let's get into it. Alright, let me show you what items that you're going to need. So you're going to need 2 chests, 1 hopper, 2 levers, 4 power drills, 21 regular rails, 1 minecart with a hopper, 12 pistons and 12 observers, 1 stair, 1 bucket of water, about 12 redstone. I don't really know how many pieces of dirt or trapdoors or glass that we're going to need. Katara's making me some more. I have 17 here, and I have way more than enough trapdoors and dirt. As far as building blocks go, it's probably only going to be about a stack, but I have a stack in 15. You're also going to need your pumpkin seeds or melon seeds or both, and you're going to need a hoe. All right, so let's grab up our materials and get started. All right, we got everything. All right, so the first thing I do is pick the spot in which I want to put it in. So I want it to be here. Because we are going to be in a building, I'm actually going to move this over. So what I want to do is go 3 away from the wall, and on that 3rd diagonal, I'm going to put it there. Okay, so the next thing you need is your powered rails, and you're going to place down 2 powered rails. And we need our regular rails. Now, we want it to be 5, so we already have 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to bring it on around, and we're going to bring it on around again, once more, and then the last one. Now, here, we're going to put our 2 powered rails at the end, and we want a block at the end of that powered rail. Next, you're going to grab a lever, and you're going to put it on that block, and you're going to grab a one and put it on that block. That's going to turn your powered rails on. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is when you go to place your dirt, it's going to be there, and you want a block in between. So we're going to build up 1, 2, and we want that gap in between. All right, so gap. All right, so you're going to go 3 above the tracks, basically. So you've got your tracks here, you've got the 2 blocks there, and you want it 1 above it. Okay, so 3 above the tracks. Now you're going to place a block above each one of the tracks. So you should have a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 5. So we've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're just going to fill that in. Okay, now you want to find your center point. So we know that we've got 5, so we want 2 on each side. So that 3rd one, then you're going to come in by 3 and place a block. So it looks like that. Your next step is you're going to every other block per row, but you want it to be different. So it looks like a checkered board. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and come up here just so I can gather up my materials. All right, with that being done, we want our pistons. And in each one of those holes that you just created, you're going to put a piston, and you want it to be facing downward. So you need to be up under that hole. Okay. Now we have our pistons in. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to build up, make a little staircase, because here in a minute, we're going to need to get up on top. Okay. I knew I had a piston left for a reason, because I missed a hole. All right, now the next step that we're going to do is we've got our little area built. Now we're going to come up here. Oops, I did not want to knock out the piston. We want to knock out the other blocks. Oh, crap. Do not do what I'm doing. Okay. All right, so now we have our holes. And we're going to grab our observers next. You're going to want to come up to the top. And place your observer facing down. Oops. I'll have to go down there and get that one. Okay. Finally, there. All right, now that we've got that done, we're going to place a block on top of every piston. Not the observer, just the piston. This one, you could put a block there if you wanted to. All right, and then you're going to grab a piece of redstone and put it on top of every observer. With that done, we're done up here. So we can get rid of our little step stool that we were using. All right, so the last thing that we're going to do, you're going to place a dirt block. And we can actually get rid of that one. Did I do it right? Yes, I did. Okay. Now what I do is, okay, so you've got the 2 rows of 5. You want to leave that middle one so that we can take our stair, put our stair there. And then we need 2 more rows of dirt. All right, now that we have that done, you can take your bucket of water. I'm trying to take my helmet off. Anyway, you can take your bucket of water, you come up here, place the water in the stair. This is where you'll need your hoe. So anywhere that there is a observer face, you're going to hoe the ground. You don't have to hoe where the piston is, only the observers. All right. I just kind of move around to where it's easier to see. So we have an observer there, and we have an observer there. One here, one here, and we've already got that one done. Same thing here. This looks like a checkered board. All right, now that we have all of that done, you're going to grab your seeds and you're going to begin putting them in. And as you put them in, you're going to see our pistons starting to move. Okay, now I'm going to grab some pumpkin seeds. And it doesn't matter what order that you place them in. You can also make this farm bigger. You just extend the same pattern out. And that's it. Alright, so we make sure that there is a seed in every one of our hoed spots, and it does look like we do have everything. Alright, because it is nighttime and we are in the survival world, we are going to get ready to sleep. Okay. Now, I did mess up on one thing. We have to put in our collection system. And we're going to put it right about here. But it's not that big of a deal. So we're going to cut in here for a minute. And I'm actually going to go back by 2. Now, we should have done this part first. But we can still fix it. I'm going to take out 1 piece of dirt. I may have to take out 2, actually. I will, to get out of here. No big deal. Okay, and now we can put in our floor piece back there. And we want to put in our rails back. And then you need to squat to put that there. Back to the dirt. And we need to just hoe it and put in our thing. So we now fixed it. The last thing you want to do before we add our glass is we're going to put our minecart with hopper, and it will continue to go. Now I can remove the dirt, and I think I've removed every other dirt from there. So yeah, we've got that. Alright, now what I usually do is I grab a block and I bring it there so that it's on this corner, and we're going to add our glass. This will keep the pumpkins inside the farm. Alright, Katara, do you have more glass? You see, we already used 17 pieces of glass, so you're going to need 18, 19, 20. These pieces of glass or dirt can now come out. They're just holding blocks. Now, the same as I did on the sugarcane farm, it's best if we put, I usually put like on each corner, I'll put a torch. I couldn't think of what I was talking about. Okay, so we're going to add a torch just for light. That'll help our pumpkins and melons grow. Now, again, I take my spruce doors, the trap doors. Now, again, we'll go up to the dirt. this one, oops, this one here is not needed. But on this back side, you can always just go like this to make that match up, and like that. The front side you can't do that with because of the fact that you've got your collection system and you'd be covering it up. And then I just add the trap door to the top, open them up, covers up the dirt, makes it nicer looking. And voila, you have a pumpkin farm. Okay, guys, so I went ahead and I took out the blocks. I just didn't like the way that it looked. I like it better the way I normally do. But as you can see, we are already getting some of our melons through. Yeah, that's it. That's all there is to it. All I do is every so often I just make sure that my minecart is still working. Worst case scenario, if it stops working and you can't get to it, you can always break the dirt blocks and replant. It does break from time to time, but I don't usually have a whole lot of problems. But as you're just sitting here, the pumpkins and melons will grow. And when they do grow, the observer will notice that there was a change, and it will cause the pistons to break the melon or the pumpkin, and it will be collected by the minecart system. All right, so I hope that this helped and wasn't too confusing. But we want to thank you for watching, and if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, share this video, and we'll see you next time. Until then, keep gaming, people.